Hello. We are still learning here how to find the area of two-dimensional shapes. And we learned previously how to find the area of a trapezium. A trapezium, it's a shape where there are two parallel sides and a vertical distance between the two parallel sides. And now we're going to learn how to find the area of this shape here. What do we call this shape in here? We call it a kite. And what is a kite? A kite is actually a quadrilateral. It has four sides as you can see here, four angles, but every two adjacent sides are actually equal. Every two, so this side is adjacent to this side and they are equal. This side here is adjacent to this side and they are equal. Now, so we go with the steps as I explained in the previous videos. You ask yourself at first, what is the shape that I have in hands? It is a kite. And then you ask yourself, what do I need to find the area of a kite? You need two diagonals. What are the diagonals? As you can see, this point in here, the opposite point to it is this point. The diagonal is the line that connects every two opposite points together. So, this is the horizontal diagonal, or we can call it D1, and this point, this is the opposite point to it, and if we connect between them, this is the vertical diagonal or diagonal 2. So diagonal 1, the length of it is 6 centimeter in this example, and diagonal 2 or the vertical diagonal, which is 3 centimeter in this example. Now, you ask yourself at last, can I now find the area of this kite? Yes, you can, because you got the length of each diagonal in this shape, which means you just have to write the rule of finding the area of a kite and to substitute in it. What is the rule of finding the area of a kite? So you write it as following. The area of a kite is equal to half times the horizontal diagonal times the vertical diagonal. Once again, half times the vertical diagonal times the horizontal diagonal. Or you can say half times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So that's how you write it. And then you substitute. So the horizontal diagonal is 6. So you replace the diagonal 1 with 6. And the vertical diagonal is 3. So you substitute diagonal 2 with 3. So it's going to be half times 6 times 3, which is as following. Now, to calculate this without using the calculator, the 2 is going to be cancelled with the 6. So you simplify. So divide this by 2, it's 1. Divide the 6 by 2, it's going to be 3. So 3 times 3, it will come down to 9. And since each dimension on this diagram is in centimeter, then the answer will be 9 centimeter squared. Again, the measurement unit of any area is millimeter squared, centimeter squared, meter squared, kilometer squared, and so on. I will leave this question for you to solve it on your own. There is one trick in this question. When you look at the shape, you must ask yourself, how many shapes do I see? And then the answer will be, as you can see, there is a rectangle, which is the big shape. And inside this rectangle, there is a kite. How do we know that it is a kite? Every two adjacent sides are equal. Every two adjacent sides are equal. We have four sides and four angles. The connection between this point and this point is called diagonal 1 or the horizontal diagonal, and the connection between this point and this point is called the vertical diagonal or diagonal 2. So there is a big rectangle and inside it there is a kite. So I have two shapes. We call this compound or composed shapes. To calculate the area of compound or composed shapes, we must find the area of each shape on its own. So you find the area of the rectangle, and then you find the area of the kite, and then you ask yourself, am I going to add the two areas together, or am I going to subtract the two areas? As you can see, the big shape, which is the rectangle, and the kite is inside this big shape, as if there is an opening in the rectangle that took the shape of the kite. So there is an opening in the shape of a kite inside the rectangle. Accordingly, we're going to subtract the area of the kite from the area of the rectangle to find the shaded area. I will leave it for you to solve it step by step. Thank you so much for watching and for watching this video over and over again if you struggle with the steps. And always remember that practice makes it perfect. Thank you for watching and subscribing to my YouTube channel.